Here stretched the limits of my grace. Entering my stables for their feed, I found my most beautiful, gentle mare stripped of her tail, bereft, not a strand in sight. I am ashamed to say my natural suspicion drew me to Hallgear, and how right I was. For when I peered across the lane, there he was, gripping a horsetail brush slathered with indigo, dragging it across a sheet of
painting, Rowan. I was painting. You make it sound so crude.
You see?
Bro, you don't just take a horse's tail to make a paintbrush.
I demand compensation.
I understand. Thank you, Rowan.
Bloody hell. That's wild.
Let me hear your side.
Eivor, you have known me as a skald for years. You have seen how my poems bring life and joy and wisdom to our people. And you know that my work requires a certain, let us say, freedom to make use of rare resources to compose my verses. Often when lacking the proper tools, I have made use of novel items. Alvis's walking stick, Tovy's inks, all were given gladly.
You cut off my horse's tail to make a brush, you bleeding...
Rowan?
As I was saying, this morning in the throes of poetic reverie, I realized that my latest piece required delicate brushwork. I could have used a frayed stick, some cloth, my hands, but no. I needed something gentler, softer. To make a perfect brush, I needed the fine hairs of a well-raised horse. And so I availed myself of a local resource.
Nah.
You clipped Alfgafu's tail to the rump without asking.
It was early.
No, you don't do that, man. You don't do that. That's insane.
Thank you, I believe I understand your position.
That is so insane.
I believe I have heard enough. If you will...
My horse looks like a fool, Eivor. No handsomer than a donkey now. You must do something.
Do not conflate hair with beauty, Rowan. She remains radiant. Elgifer's hair will grow back in no time.
Just because it'll grow back doesn't mean it should have been cut in the first place. Nah. You don't just take that without permission. Like, it is hair, so it will grow back, but still, that's the horse's body, and it's not even his own horse. Which one? He was the one in the wrong, so Rowan is right.
Rowan is clearly in the right. You sheared the tail from his horse without gaining permission.
Yeah, that is not right.
Does the reality of regrowth not make this a victimless crime?
It is a two-victim crime, Holger. Though they are unharmed, you took without asking, and that will not do.